When you got to the stage where you were like, okay, changes started happening in your life, your mentality, your passions, and where your interests lay. When that sort of journey started, and people around you, close to you, like your family and friends, could start seeing and witnessing you evolving in that way, what was their responses to you? What did they think of?
They fuck. No. Yeah. He's not an asshole anymore. No. Yeah. I mean, there was. There's always, when you disrupt when you change, like there's always two sides of the coin. There's the non-believers, which were pretty loud, because I was pretty loudly loud partier, loud musician,
rock star, baby.
Loud, just like the rock without the star, which is always a little bit like cringe.
Yeah.
And then there's the naysayers, which is fine, because when you're done, you're done. Like you were done a year and a half ago, and it's just like, you just know that I'm at rock bottom or something. So I knew what I was sort of doing, and as far as like what I was, I knew what I wasn't doing anymore, and it was just alcohol. I'm just open to anything but that. And then you just, because you're sober and you're moving through life in a present way, in a natural way, kindness always comes to the surface. Like love comes to the surface, care for yourself and other people comes to the surface. So those are the people that start coming more and more into my life. And the big transition for me was like finishing a bottle of vodka and then having what's called Vipassana the next day, which is a 10-day silent course where you can rock up out in Kokopa, and you're not allowed to speak for 10 days. You can't eyeball anyone. You can't look at anyone. You can't read a book. You can't write. You can't do anything apart from do the Vipassana meditation.
Oh, I'd be
for like
beside
10
myself.
hours.
What the fuck? I just talked about 10 days, 2 days, and I was like, what?
10 hours a day.
Yeah,
wow.
so you're doing like 3 sets of 2-hour meditations, a couple of sets of 1-hour meditations, and so that was my big like reach for the lifesaver type thing, and I decided to do that because I observed my mum and dad meditating as a kid, so it wasn't as scary and as not normal as meditation might have been for other people. I got to see my dad and my mum sort of sit with their eyes closed in the lounge. Admittedly at the time I would like watch them with their eyes closed and then go play the fool and like probably steal something, but at least it was in my peripheral, and so I knew that could be an option to heal myself. So I just went straight in, and I always go deep and fast and
that
big.
Would have been deep as
so
well.
10 days.
I went from 40 ounce to 10 days.
So you just went like that. It was a switch that flicked with you as well.
Well, you kind of have to, I think, when you're ready, you've got to dive straight in there. Otherwise, you still
some
have
people
those
wean
little
off, or some people
tendencies to
stone cold.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I went stone cold. You obviously went stone cold.
I see similar in each other. Like we're just like full or nothing. But I think other people.
Some people
different
don't find it as easy to just go cold turkey, and they need sort of...
I couldn't wean myself off. That was my thing. Famous cigarettes, because I gave up cigarettes on the same day. So it was cigarettes and alcohol. How many years... Do you still drink now? Are you just a social drinker?
I probably had like 2-3 drinks in a year. I would never... Yeah, that's interesting as well. Like the relationship for me, I don't think I'm anti anything. It's just like I'm anti just... For me, abuse, like overdoing stuff, just getting out of balance, out of whack.
We do have that massive culture here, though, don't we? I mean, I feel that push you. Here, have more. Oh, you pussy, or
so much pressure.
I might actually be one of those people that back in the day when I was a booze hag, might have been a slight peer pressure to my friends as well. Like all my family. Like I remember my sister gave up drinking. I was sure we used to call her. We used to call her Saffron from Ab Fab, like the boring geek fucking thing. And she...
I might have peer pressured someone back in my day.
my sister. And I remember she said to us, it wasn't actually that long ago, she goes, that really offended me. I was really offended that me and Mum would be... Saffy! Me and Mum were like, fucking, bottles of Bolly Darling, smoking away. And she's in, we're like, Saffy!
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously I had to apologise and go, now that I'm sober, I realised
things come up.
there was some really ugly shit that I did and said and, you know, treated people that I loved because I wanted to feel good about what I was doing, even though I hated myself and what I was doing. Like it was, you know.
There's a big journey. You know. There's a big journey, isn't there? Like when you get sober of like cleaning up your past. And that's confronting as hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's facing all the things that you feel that you might have done wrong and people you might have hurt. And
might have to say sorry too. Whoopsies, my bad.
Yeah.
Unscripted. To watch more, follow the link below to our YouTube channel and subscribe.